After 25 years of marriage, Anna's peaceful life was shattered by an unexpected discovery. At 3 a.m., her husband Chris's phone suddenly rang. He vaguely explained that his coworker Pete was calling about an urgent work matter, but Anna was suspicious. Not long afterward, the phone rang again. When she reached for it, Chris panicked, pried her hand away, and smashed the phone to pieces. The next morning, Anna acted as if nothing had happened. She even apologized to Chris and offered to help repair the phone, but he brushed her off, claiming it was too old and that he planned to buy a new one. After Anna left the room disappointed, Chris finally relaxed and headed off to work. As Anna had suspected, Chris had been having an affair for quite some time. The late-night calls and messages had all come from another woman. The moment Chris left the house, Anna contacted the phone company and pretended her own phone was broken in an attempt to retrieve the unread messages. But she failed because she could not provide proof of the account holder's identity. By chance, she later discovered that Chris had forgotten to log out of one of his social media accounts. There, she found intimate photos of him with a much younger woman named Sonia, and a chill ran through her. At Chris's company celebration party, Anna recognized Sonia immediately. To her disbelief, Chris openly praised Sonia right in front of her without the slightest attempt to hide his admiration. Before the event ended, Anna noticed Chris and Sonia quietly slipping upstairs together. She followed them, taking off her high heels and creeping silently toward the office they had entered. Through a crack in the door, she witnessed a scene she could hardly believe. Shocked, speechless, she made no sound, quietly walked away. The next day, Anna summoned Chris to the study and confronted him. Caught off guard, he immediately lost his composure. Remaining calm, Anna warned him that if he insisted on staying with Sonia, she would report his financial fraud and make sure he faced prison time. For 25 years, Anna had sacrificed her career to raise their son and be a full-time homemaker. Now that her husband was ready to abandon her, she had no intention of backing down. Terrified, Chris turned to his business partner in hopes of covering up the financial discrepancies, but his request was rejected. Meanwhile, Sonia kept pressing him for updates on the divorce. Chris falsely assured her that Anna had already agreed, prompting Sonia to invite him to meet her parents over the weekend. Overwhelmed and desperate, Chris sought advice from a close friend who suggested finding one of Anna's old friends to persuade her. When Chris approached Anna's best friend, he learned about a disturbing incident from her past. Before marrying Chris, Anna had dated a man named Mike. After betraying her, Mike had mysteriously fallen to his death from a cliff. The case eventually went cold due to a lack of evidence. Chris began to suspect that Anna might have been involved. He tracked down the woman who had been on a date with Mike the day he died. She recalled that someone had been watching. Mike had chased after the person and then fallen from the cliff. She was convinced the mysterious figure had been Anna. However, Anna had an airtight alibi. Multiple people had seen her practicing piano in a music room at the time. Fear started creeping into Chris's mind, though he failed to notice that Anna was standing right behind him. She said nothing, choosing instead to quietly follow him and observe his every move. A few days later, Chris accompanied Sonia to meet her parents, completely exhausting what little patience Anna had left. When he returned home, Anna delivered a final ultimatum: either cut all ties with Sonia or face legal consequences. Chris tried to fight back by threatening to expose the story about Mike, but Anna remained unfazed. She picked up her phone and prepared to call the police. Pretending to give in, Chris called Sonia under Anna's watchful eye. However, Sonia excitedly mentioned that her parents were very pleased with him and were already urging them to set a wedding date. After a long hesitation, Chris simply hung up without ending the relationship. At that moment, Anna lost all hope and threw him out of the house. With nowhere left to turn, Chris began to entertain a deadly idea.